You heard about the latest on this with Senator Tom Tillis?
No.
Okay, well, let me just give you the headlines on it because it gets even worse in the middle of all of this dumb shit that is not being responsibly handled, and in the middle of the tools not being provided. We're getting a headline indicating that Senator Tom Tillis is pushing a bill that will basically look at online streaming infractions of DMCA, and like anytime you're streaming copyrighted material or music or footage or whatever the case may be, they want to make it a felony. They legitimately
What the?
want it to be a felony that you can go to prison for if you're playing Twitch or YouTube copyrighted audio or video in your content.
Isn't that right?
This is legitimately a thing that came out yesterday, and it is one of the most insane, evil, fucked up things in just this entire conversation that I've heard of. And it takes 2 seconds after hearing that to go, who is this fucking piece of shit, right? Republican Senator Tom Tillis. And it's like, oh, he's a piece of shit who has taken money directly from recording fucking companies, and he's taken money from labels, and he's taken money from MPAA and like all these basic like lobbies that push for this shit anyway. So he's just basically in their pocket, and he's moving along an insane fucking proposition based on the fact that, yeah, they've paid for it and him. You know, so hey, we give you the money, you go push a fucking insane bill. So here's the thought process, right? Push it forward, right? Like, again, we're talking about streaming an event that they encourage you to stream, right? So you have the level of bullshit and stupidity in the system in place where someone can follow the instructions of the fucking award show and stream it, and then the various companies that have trailers and music in the award show
rights
fly over and vulture and pick apart that video, and then that channel gets flagged, copyrighted, blown the fuck up, whatever happens, right? It's up to it's up to how hard essentially the copyright holder wants to go.
Yeah.
But the show has encouraged the person to do the thing, they did the thing, and now they're getting blown up for it, right? Cool. All right, so you want to talk about banning a channel, you want to talk about like whatever other fines that might occur. Fuck that. You're a felon now. You go to jail, right? Also, if I'm not mistaken, if you're a felon, doesn't that imply you can't vote?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can't do as a felon in the States.
Aren't you literally not allowed to vote if you're considered a felon?
Yeah.
So you fucking stream a fucking video, and now you are removed from society, says this fucking asshole senator and his proposition. How crazy
I can't believe it.
are we to
can't believe
sit
it.
in a world where, like, these people are elected, right? Like, legitimately, you have to choose to put these people in positions of power. And this guy is proposing you lock fucking people up. Kids, probably. In this case, we're talking about pretty young people that are streaming, that are doing these services for fucking stupid corporation, intent, and ruin lives forever over what?
Copyright laws and anything that pertains to use. The laws in the States are so ass backwards. It's like, I mean,
it's dystopian. It's fucking dystopian.
The Constitution matches a different era too, but that's
of
another
course.
story.
But like the level,
yeah.
like it's like that. It's one of the most insane stories in relation to this entire copyright thing ever. That like there are people who are like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We need to get harder on those people. This is a good idea. And like looking at it from the perspective of everyone involved who's telling you, give us the tools to do this, right? And like to the point where people for the longest while, like whenever these things happen, because the internet is so new, there's just this fucking tripping over your balls and fucking stumbling on your ass, method of iteration that YouTube and Twitch and all these services go through, where it's like, oh, we're gonna put in the for kids system, and the first thing that you find out about it is, hey, now there's a legal requirement if your shit goes and is indicated that it's supposed to be for kids, or if your channel encourages kids to watch the shit but it's not supposed to be for kids, you can lose everything and get fined fucking thousands of dollars per infraction. So if you have a lot of videos on your channel and kids are watching that channel and you have things that are like bright colors or whatever their shitty labeling was, right? If you have things that like, oh, like cartoons, like animation, automatically means kids want to watch it. So that's going to be a thing that you need to worry about. So if you have anything that kids show watch and the content isn't really for them, but it's following our stupid ideas of what that should be, then yeah, you can get a fucking multi-$1,000 fine for every infraction on your channel, which if you have a lot of videos can literally just destroy you financially, right? And everyone goes, that's terrifying, and people like Cranky Construct just delete their channels. He literally just wipes his entire shit clean because he's an animator and he draws shit for a living and he doesn't know what the fuck this is going to mean, and he doesn't want to take the risk of going down that pipeline, and he doesn't want to assume that like they're going to have the sense to look at his animation and realize the difference between who he's targeting and who he's not. So he fucking just goes through, and a ton of people go through that, right?
Yeah.
So you have this level of like, oh, actually, wait, hold on, no, that's not what we meant. Right, and then they come out and they clarify, and then they go like, okay, well, no, we will let you click the button, and then it'll all be fine. But that initial fucking fire every single time is what goes off in these situations. And the first thing you hear about is the worst case scenario, and like you just sit there and go, what is happening?
And the user never feels safe, secure, protected anytime this happens also.
So you get these stupid fucking things, man, every single time, and it's like, dude, it's been like fucking 10 years of this now, you know, like I've seen all sides of it, and it's like, it's exhausting. But like, how many times do you get these things where it's like, okay, someone comes and tells you potential nightmare scenario, and you go, okay, well, that's exaggerated. Like, nothing that nonsensical is going to happen. And then the literal thing comes out and goes, no, actually, really, someone is trying to make you a felon if a fucking company says, hey, that's our shit. You know, worse yet, if a company lies about it being their shit.
Yeah, because you can do that.
And flags you. Because you can falsely flag people for shit you don't own and get away with it.
And right now, there's no consequence for doing that.
And no one's lawyering up to fight over that shit. When it comes to a video, they'll go, fine. They'll mute it. I'll crop it out of the video. Leave me alone. No, stupid band. You don't own the fucking music from Thousand Year Door. Leave us alone. Fine, fuck it. I'm not fighting this battle, right? Although Nintendo's like, in the meantime, let's go shut down every fucking instance of our music. Whatever. Not even the fucking point. Ruin your life, you are a felon. How dare you? How dare you? You know?
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, yeah, like I don't even, that shit is hyper fucking terrifying, and I don't know, like that's the type of thing that people need to, like, I mean, I remember when like all the shit with like the fucking Ajit Pai and like all the Sopa Pipa stuff went down and net neutrality was going down, and there's things that just come along where you're just like, they're not gonna stop trying, right? They're not gonna stop trying. Like, any control that the user has over the type of internet they want to browse on is going to be something that is a problem to anyone who cannot, to a large company that cannot monetize that. If they don't have a finger in that space, if they don't have an angle on it, if they don't have a way in, or if they're too late. Usually that's what ends up happening. People push things in a direction and they're too late to catching up to it. They're not paying attention. They're too fucking, they're dinosaurs, whatever the case is. There's a million things in the way, too much bureaucracy, but they end up chasing after where it expands and where it goes, and essentially doing things like this to try and make up for the fact that they're not actually following along with it, you know? It's just like, it's nightmarish, and it needs to be like fucking eviscerated as harshly as possible every single time. And like, this is the type of thing, like the end of this story with Senator fucking Tom Tillis should literally be like, not only does this bill get shut down, but this dude gets completely removed from his seat wherever he's representing, like overwhelmingly so that like the message is sent very strongly to every shit company that was attached to this push that like, you need to get the fuck out of here. It's like, you need to like drown that situation.
Yeah.
In there's no fucking chance of this happening, because like any slight headway means, oh, maybe we can find someone else, maybe we can find a different, and then they just start working the angles until whatever, this guy didn't work, well, this guy can do, and then we get more people on board, and then more people sign
Cover as much terrain as we can.
All right, hey, you're up for re-election, how much money do you need? Get us in there, make it a felony, let's go, push it, and then before you know it, like, this guy's gone, but this guy's got it, and then you just have like a constant discussion about it, and now there's a constant discussion about it, and then it has to become a real point of contention that you actually have to, like, you know, it goes from being like this hyper insane dystopian thing to legitimately on the cusp of being a reality, because these things are given leeway and they're not going to be fair about it, you know? So like, yeah, this is the type of story that absolutely should make everybody that can fucking like ridiculously upset at it. And yeah, I don't know, I don't want to see a bunch of random people that stream or fucking YouTube videos go to jail.
That's a fair
nonsense systems that don't even correctly identify what they're looking at. And even if you like get a situation where you're like, well, you can probably prove this fine if you lawyer up efficiently and have a good case to build and go like, hey, this wasn't at all my fault, or this wasn't the issue.
Yeah, because everybody has the capacity to lawyer up. Everybody's just shitting money everywhere, right? Everybody's our corporation.
So like, you can't even get that done because the process of like even clearing your name in that circumstance costs money that you probably might not have, you know?
Give up.
Anyway, boy, that story is fucking infuriating. Shit is. It's like, thanks for the you know, thanks for the peak 2020 coming in at the end there, right? Couple days, you know, we're almost out, but
here's some more shit.
You know, like some human fecal matter has to show up and be like, hey guys, you know, just while we're at it, right? And you know, this is of course very likely exacerbated by the fact that, like, you know, all these companies we're talking about, all these corporations are looking very intently at the fact that, oh, hey, pandemic world means like people are watching and listening and streaming more shit.
Yep.
So they have to get even more insane about that.
Well, you know, Woolie, like they might decriminalize marijuana, so how are you gonna fill up these prisons now? You know?
With streamers, dude.
Yes!
Gotta get the kids in there somehow.
Kamala's on Twitch in AOC's chat like, yeah, okay, you keep playing Among Us. You keep having fun. You keep having fun.
That's how we're gonna get her. Yep. Senator Tom Tillis saw that stream and was like, she's a streamer now. Let's get her. Yeah.
Taxes too clean.
Let's get her. Anyway. And I mean, that's one of those things that's like, yeah, America, fucking what? But the winds blow north. And
yes.
The winds blow north. And no Canadian can sit and read these stories and really be like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Haha, turn the page and then go on about your life.
We are sincerely concerned neighbors.
It always fucking comes this way. There was a article that just popped up the other day about how QAnon is now like becoming a Canadian thing. and how like the winds have blown north, and there's a bunch of that spreading out in Canada, and it's like, okay. I mean, isn't the core structure of everything about this conspiracy based on hyper American things taking place in American sewers and American people and American kids and American fake things and all kinds of, like, it's so weird. But yeah, there's no border. There's no borders on crazy. Exactly. You can't, crazy knows no borders. You know, and worse yet, still, for those that are just legitimately like mentally ill, that are fucking like are not able to discern the difference between the two. But nonetheless, this is what we're talking about. Anyway, so that's some fucking news for the morning, and yeah, that's just very alarming. So yeah, Transmetropolitan was a work of fiction. It was. But you know what? You know what, Akuda? Like, at least in Transmet, you could just fucking give up on the world and become nanomachines. You know? At least the world of Spider Jerusalem allowed us to just say, fuck this mortal coil, I'm becoming nanomachines, and then you could join the fucking hive and be your own cloud of bots and go live your life.
Sounds kind of nice.
Yep. That Asina says, worst part about the Phyllis bill is it's being tacked onto a larger stopgap government spending bill. So now it's a situation of, you don't want to lock up streamers. Why are you trying to shut down the government? Why are you unemployment? Why do you support unemployment? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's, of course, you have to do things like that, right? Because that's the system in place.
Yeah.
Is you've got to take something that matters and you have to attach shit that is hyper fucking insane.
Yeah.
That represents your special interests and fucking shove it all up.
It's all the same,
you know, and just turducken.
That crazy thing is to
the
help
second.
the main thing. No,
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
And then the process of going like, can you get that shit out, please? And can we just talk about this? Is like, well, it depends on whether I feel like being an asshole today or not. And, you know, my bank account says, yes, I do. And I can keep being an asshole. And this is how we're going to roll with it, because I'm not budging. And you're not going to get my support if I can't get what I want done. And then it goes through. And then later on, the other people are like, hey, why the fuck did you vote on a bill that said they were going to put streamers in jail as felons? And it's like, well, that's not what the bill was about, but you know this. Yeah, this guy fucking tried to put kids in jail for streaming. And then you're like, well, yeah, technically you did. You know? And that's the fucked system that exists, because I don't know, man. Evil's fucking powerful.
Yeah, it rocks.
What do you want to say, dude? It's fucking powerful.